Okay, I'm here to walk you through a few of the questions in the IXL II.1. Use semicolons and commas to separate clauses. So I have my little reference page right here to look at that I explained a little bit in the previous video. And I'll show you how I use that. So the question says, so we're supposed to add a comma or semicolon if needed, otherwise submit without any additional punctuation. So our choices are semicolon, comma, or blank. And I think the blank is the thing that's been giving kids the most trouble on this in years past. So if we look at this, before Google founders Larry Page and Sergey Brin came up with the name Google for their search technology. Now I can see I have a subject and a verb. Larry Page and Sergey Brin as the subject, came up with would be our verb, but it left me hanging, and that before at the beginning means is the reason it's leaving me hanging. So that means it's a dependent clause, and then the part after that is probably an independent clause. They were calling it back rub. Yeah, we've got our subject, we've got our verb. So if we have a dependent clause followed by an independent clause, we want a comma between those. So put a comma and submit. Due to the threat of rain, the free concert in the park was relocated to the community center. That could stand alone as a sentence. Oh, and then we have that therefore, the conjunctive adverb right here. If we have an independent clause and then a conjunctive adverb like therefore or however, we do a semicolon before it and a comma after it like they have, and then the next part should be an independent clause. Attendance was much lower than predicted. That could stand alone. So I think we're on the right track there. When visiting Rocky Mountain National Park, many visitors drive the Trail Ridge Road for stunning views. That could stand alone. Or they climb the 14,000 whatever foot high Longs Peak. So the or is a conjunction, but the part after the or, we have to find out if that can stand alone. They climb the this high Longs Peak. That could stand alone. So we put a comma before the or. If that couldn't stand alone, we do not put we would have left it blank. Here, the Star of India sapphire, a gem weighing 536 carats, was stolen from the American Museum of Natural History in 1964. That could stand alone. It was later recovered in a Miami bus station. That could also stand alone. There is no conjunction, so we would use a semicolon to say these two sentences are closely related. Okay, you can wear button-down shirts tucked in for a formal look. That could stand alone. Or unbuttoned with a tank top underneath for a more casual style. So that's one of those conjunctions. So we have to check and see if the part after that can stand alone. Unbuttoned with a tank top underneath for a more casual style does not have a subject. So that one can't stand alone, so this is one we'll leave blank. Science fiction writer Ray Bradbury once dined at director Alfred Hitchcock's home. That could stand alone. The eccentric Hitchcock served a meal consisting entirely of purple food. That could also stand alone, so we do a semicolon between those two sentences. In 1392, King Charles VI of France, also known as Charles the Mad, began having convulsions. That could stand alone. And fits of violent behavior does not have a subject, or it does not have a verb. So we do not need a comma. We're going to leave that one blank. Lepidoptera, the name given to an order of insects, comes from the Greek for scaly-winged. That can stand alone. It refers to the microscopic scales on the wings of moths, butterflies, and skippers. That could also stand alone, so semicolon. Since Julie started attending culinary school last spring, okay, we have a subject, we have a verb, but it left me hanging. So we're going to do a comma after that. It's a dependent clause. She's become far more discerning in her restaurant choices is the main clause or independent clause for that sentence. I'm going to go up to 80 here together. The massive blue stones at Stonehenge, a prehistoric monument in England, weigh 4 to 8 tons apiece. That can stand alone. Therefore, oh, there we go with a conjunctive adverb. We're going to do a semicolon before it. It already has the comma after it. Professional eater Sonia Thomas weighs only 98 pounds. That could stand alone. Comma, oh, it would be comma because it has a but, And then let's look at the part after it. She has competed in nearly 200 eating contests and is ranked 6th overall. That could also stand alone. So, comma before the conjunction. If there wasn't a conjunction there, if there was no but, we could put a semicolon between them because they would both be independent clauses. Musician David Bowie was known for his numerous alter egos. That can stand alone. However, oh ding ding ding, we have our conjunctive adverb like therefore. So we're going to go with the semicolon there. And the term bootlegging referred to the illegal production and sale, so this does not finish the sentence. The term bootlegging referred to the illegal production and sale of alcoholic beverages during the Prohibition in the United States. So it does have an and, but that actually is just joining, it's not the and joining clauses, it's just joining the phrase illegal production and sale of alcoholic beverages. So that will be a nothing that we submit. Human hands and wrists contain a total of 54 bones. That could stand alone. Feet and ankles have a total of 52 bones. That could also stand alone, so we have a semicolon between those closely related sentences. Okay, and we're up to 80, so I'm going to leave it at that. 14 questions to get to 80, which actually will count as full credit on this. So if you can get up to 80, you'll have 100%. If you do it right, you can get it done in 14 questions. Have a great day.